Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? Got your coffee in hand, donuts, bacon, eggs, bowl of cereals, Fruit Loops. Okay, sorry, getting my mic all set up. Good morning, Gregor. Hello, Paula, Hector, Dick, Dan, Julie, Brian, Byron. It's the only names I can see there. Great big good morning. Welcome to Thursday. What is today? July 27th, 2022. We're nearly already a month down the road. Man, it goes fast. So here's the thing today is I really don't have any trade ideas today. I do have a couple things I want to cover, but I just don't have any great big trade ideas today. If you take a look at the market, what in the world do we want to do here? We're still in a downtrend. Price is still below the T-line. The T-line is below the Trendicator, and we're below the 200 period moving average. So drink that, Chewy. I need to come visit your house, Chewy. We're not too awfully far away either, I don't think. So all the negative we can clearly see, and the positive we can see right here. Today's doing pretty good. Now, yesterday, toward the end of the close, if you guys remember, I said, I'm kind of impressed that we're actually holding up. Now, yesterday was a nasty candle if you look from open to close. But if you take a look at yesterday's candle, the previous day's candle, and the previous day's candle, that's where I got, kind of impressed with it. Okay, we're not falling apart. Now this morning, we're trying to pick up some steam here. I think I saw John post in the room that the bulls are not giving up. Well, he's right. They're not giving up. It doesn't mean they're not going to get killed, but they're not giving up. So we're going to watch this. I think there's some things we need to be careful of. Careful not to be a bottom picker. Make sure you stay with the stronger charts that show potential. We also want to be careful that we just don't get caught in a relief rally just to get our head handed to us moving down here. So a little caution through this area. Another very important thing about charts, this is huge in my opinion. Whenever there is a top built, most people can see it. Most people can pick tops out. They really can. And I'm not saying you pick it out over here, but when you see the top being made, we jump to a head and shoulders. We jump to dumpling tops. We jump to bullish M patterns. We jump to rounded top. We can see that, and we can also tell when bottoms are being formed. Same thing as this, just upside down. We can tell that. But what we forget sometimes is the same patterns are developed in here. Same patterns developed right here. So if we developed a bearish pattern up here, we need to develop a bullish pattern here. So what that is that's going to go to the whole, be careful with bottom picking. I get it. It looks tasty down there. I get it. And we don't want to get up here into top picking. So what we're after is that sweet little edible gooey spot right here. That's what we're after. So let's allow this thing to form up. Just an idea. Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at VIX. Kaboom. There we go. VIX did... I'm going to actually go to VXX, see if that, because VXX will show pre-market here. I'm going to get rid of all this. There we go. VXX rallied right up to the 200 period moving average. And let me talk about a few moving averages as well, because I really don't have any chart ideas today. However, I am going to look at a couple, okay? Having a few moving averages, I think, is very important, especially some of those major ones, like the 200. I like this one right here, which is just kind of made up. I've used it for a long time. It's the 200. It's the average. It's the front weighted 200, and it's the average of the lows. You can't hardly see it here. I keep it kind of dimmed down. But if you take a look at it, look how we came very close to it. Look how we came in here and we hit it, or we came up, came down, we closed right at it. Look right there where we found support, or resistance, support, I guess. Look here, right there. And that's where we are right now. And the 200 period moving average. So I think there are some moving averages that are very useful and very needed. Those are a pair of them right here. So on VXX, see how we rallied up and we pulled back? If we just look at this chart, just like this, that's a nice chart. We have a 3/8 trap between the 8 and the 3 up here. That looks fantastic. Now this is a bit of a negative candle pre-market here. I think we need to see how it's actually going to act. Are we actually going to come back down? Because if we come down here, then the market is likely to go up a little bit. And you can see some bullish activity in the SPY, okay? Okay, there are a couple charts I want to talk about, and one is going to be this ITUB. Not necessarily that it's a buy today, but what I do want to point out is the rounded bottom breakout, kind of a case study with it. If we could do that, we have a little time, and then we'll go look at a couple of charts off the watch list. Let's do this. I'm going to put there. What I did is I darkened up my 200 period moving average, my 200 front weighted average of the lows, and then I darkened up my 50 period moving average here, because this is a rounded bottom breakout setup. Now, it was actually a rounded bottom breakout setup right here. We didn't really start looking at it until it got up into this area right there. So nice chart, great move coming up back up through the 50 period moving average. You can see how it just went sideways, kind of a pop out of the box that actually popped to the downside. Right there, popped to the downside. Put in a little hammer, and then we popped right back up, giving us this morning star signal in here. And then what a great little chart. We've talked about it a little bit the last couple of days. I believe it was even featured on one of the YouTube videos last couple of days as a possible trade. So those that got into that, congratulations, you're doing pretty good there with it. And you can see this morning we're up and we're taking on that dotted deuce. Now, I do feel that we're likely to see a little consolidation right through here, because that's usually what happens. So here, do this. Whoops, it's not quite what I wanted to do. Try it this way. So we'll look for a little consolidation right in there. Now you can see if we just take from the 50 period moving average. So if you would have, if this would, somebody would have been in it down here, we're looking at about 15, almost 16%. Again, the reality is we really didn't start looking at it till about right through here. But that's a 9% trade, if picked up in this area. And there is yet the 200 period moving average, which is the next stop on a bullish run. It doesn't take away that I feel that we're going to see a little consolidation in there. But that gives us a 19, almost 20% move from here to here. So very nice chart, very nice rounded bottom breakout. And I'm not in this, I'm just kind of one of these charts that I think we need to talk about. It just seems like it's worth it. If we do consolidate, and consolidation can be simply sideways or move down a little bit, then this certainly might offer another entry right in here somewhere. Absolutely. So we're going to keep that definitely on the watch list. A breakout of the 200 period moving average. If we just come over here and look, we've got a very nice gap. So a breakout of the 200 gets us up to the 530 area, covering that gap. And then, we all know that it can continue to move. So maybe 585 up there. Earnings coming up the first part of February. So keep that in mind, okay? All right, let's take a look at a few charts, and I really don't have a lot of charts picked out. So I think what I'll do is let's take a look at, this is the watch list. Every day I post a watch list out there, and we talk about them here. And I post all those charts. Actually, what I do is, oh, wait a minute. Got to move this up for a second. What I do is post these stocks, long or short, on the live trading alert scanner right here. And then what I'll do at some point during the day, because I want to just have another way to look at them. And then what I'll do is I just keep them on a running TC2000 watch list. So we can do this right here. Let's just take a look at Fang here. I'm not going to click on the screen. I'm going to try to do this without doing anything like that, because this will go behind and it's just kind of a mess. But take a look at Fang. Fang posted really good yesterday. I mean, I realized that the candle didn't close great, but as we trade, if we think every candle's going to close great, you've been drinking the sauce, smoking the dope maybe a little too much. That's just not the way it works. Here's where the trend is starting to come back and move up. We rest a little bit yesterday. Today looks like we're picking steam back up. Man, this looks like a terrific trade up here, somewhere around 142, 148. I think there's still plenty of room for this to move. I'm not picking long or short here. I'm just looking at the chart. Now, what I did do is I turned it so only the bullish are coming to the top. Here, after a couple, what I will do is turn it over, and we'll look at charts that may be going down for shorts. XP has been one that we've talked about here on the watch list for a good week and a half. And again, it was posted on the YouTube videos, explained everything about it, and look at that starting to move up. Nice. This is another one of those rounded bottom breakouts, much like that ITUB here. Target can still be up here to 200 period moving average, 18.3% from about this area right through here. So looks like you've got another 5%, 10%. And then, of course, you have the move that is very possible above the 200. Let's look at BTU. This is one I've had on the watch list for a bit, and I'm having to wonder here. I'm going to move this over. Is this getting ready to maybe do something? Okay, I've got to write on this. So there we go. So we have a trend starting here. Well, not starting. We have a trend in effect. Here we rally up. We pull back right at that 50 period moving average. Kind of bounce around. We pop up. We're down a little bit. This just might be setting up. So I think what I'm going to be looking for is right through there. That's a 25% move. Talking about swing traders heaven. This is it. I mean, a swing, pull back, swing. Nice. Now, if we do break out of 1410 with success, I'm going to come over here and put a line right through this area where the buyers and sellers have an argument. And so this looks like a good place. So let's take this and move it up, extend it. You've got a possible 41, almost 42% trade just from here up. Okay, now let me bring this back over. And we already talked about ITUB. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to turn this over. And let's go through some charts here. We're going to skip over the UVX family, the VIX family, okay? I'm not going to talk about it too much. If the market goes up, it goes down. If it goes up, the market's going to go down. Let's look at AU. I thought AU was going to turn out to be a nice trade, and I suppose it still could be. We could put a line right here and then wait patiently for bullish activity, and then that could be a trade to the upside. Overall, I look at AU, and it's just moving sideways, just going. Wheels are going as fast as it can, really not going anywhere. So what we were looking for from the bullish side from here is a pullback. Okay, that's great. I like that idea. But then come up here and break out. And then this would be where we might buy it. But it didn't turn out that way, did it? And that happens. So here we are down, flirting with these bottoms here. Any weakness to the downside? It could be shorted. Could absolutely be shorted. Okay, so we're going to keep our eyes on that. If I take a look at this from the short side, I don't know, maybe down here. I'm just going to look at these highs. Oop, there's one. Yeah, I like that. So that could be a short here, about 11%. I'm also going to keep AU on the bullish watch list because if it starts to turn and we break out of this just flat wheel spinning, go nowhere move it's got going on, if it breaks out, then I think that will be a long trade. Let's get a couple more of those on there. Again, we're going to skip the whole VIX thing. DLTR, that's still looking like a nice short. Trendicator, nice and bullish, excellent. It got a little price action wise, it certainly got a little flat right here. And then all of a sudden here we broke down. And ever since we've broken down, the Trendicator has remained bearish. Yesterday, I think I spoke of this a little bit, and I was like, well, I'm not sure I want to short this just yet. I was in it short earlier and made some money on this. Maybe it was last week. We have this bullish engulf here. We don't have follow through yet, but we don't have a breakdown yet either. So I might keep an eye on this one for a short if we start to show weakness. There's the dotted deuce right there. That's that 200 front weighted measured on the lows. And there's the 200 simple moving average right there that we have a possibility to get to. And that is about 11.8%. Of course, with this bullish engulf and with this possible bottom, we'll stay on the watch list, because if we do start to move up, it could turn out to be a bullish trade. GDX. Well, you know what? QID. Well, let's take a look at QID. If the Qs start to fall, then QID might wake itself up, and that might be a trade. I'm going to have to wait till we get a 3/8 trap breakout of about $20.80. If it pulls back more, then we could adjust that line down. But where it is now, I think over $20.80. This is a great rounded bottom breakout here. If somebody wanted to print this off, put it in your scrapbook, notes to go look at, or put it on your wall, whatever you want to do. Here we broke out of the 50 period moving average. Look at that. Went right to the dotted deuce. I love this line right here. If anybody needs any help setting this up today, I'd be more than happy to do that. Right down to the 52 period moving average. That's not a great big brainer. I mean, it's the 50, right? And then we pop right up. Look where we stopped again. Look where we found support. And then right up to the 200 period moving average. It's also a nice T-line run right in here. And the Trendicator is nice and green. So we'll keep our eyes on it. All right. That's about it, everyone. You guys take care. I'll see you about the time the market opens up. And great trading today, everybody. Good luck. Be patient. Patience. Have a little patience today. All right. See you all in a bit. Thanks.